Well, for more on this, let's go now to former Defence Minister Ron Mark. Ron, thanks so much for joining us tonight. How significant is this deployment? How does it compare, say, to Iraq or Afghanistan?
Well, it's down on the numbers from Iraq and Afghanistan, but it was a totally different scenario. I guess the one I'd be looking at is how does it compare to Bosnia, which ironically we're starting to see the same sort of thing unfold here in the Ukraine. You know, all the indications of acts of genocide, mass murder, mass graves, war atrocities, war crimes, you know, and so I think we're still down on those numbers. But I don't think this will be the only tranche of support that we offer Ukraine. My estimation is that there'll be more we can do once we get...
What do you think? Can you see in any circumstances us actually going into Ukraine or picking up weapons, or what sort of escalation could you see?
Yeah, well, I haven't heard the Ukrainian government, the president, ask us for that, and so no one enters a country without an invitation. But I think there's going to be a definite need for more of our legal team to go in there. There will be more need, a stronger need for more humanitarian assistance. That will only grow. We're somewhat limited by the old capabilities we have. You know, we're sending one C-130H. That aircraft will turn 60 soon, and the new ones that I ordered are yet to arrive. So we're doing what we can with what we've got. I'd be interested to see if in time we don't deploy DVID, the Disaster Victim Identification Team, who are world-renowned. The work they did on March 15th, the shootings, the work they did at White Island, the work they did for me on Operation Teoraki, where we disinterred the remains of our fallen out of Southeast Asia and even UK, identified them and brought them home. There's a lot of legal work that's going to have to be done by the international community, and we have some pretty top gun legal people in defence who are well used to this sort of work. And I'd like to think that as we get into the job, it will become apparent as to where we can do more to help.
We have seen quite a shift today, though, haven't we, in terms of the Prime Minister had talked about, had held off contributing lethal force, and now that has switched today. What do you think the tipping point was there, just quickly?
Well, it hadn't escaped me that the Romanian ambassador presented his credentials the other day to the Governor-General, and he did a pit stop at Parliament, spoke with a few cabinet ministers. I think across Europe, people were expecting New Zealand to take a stronger role. I think, you know, some of us that have made comments recently might have had an impact, but regardless, they've made the right decision now. They will be seen to be, we will be seen as a nation to be on the right side of the ledger in the review of history, and we are putting a stake in the ground as to what we think is acceptable and not, and you know, finally putting some muscle in behind the words that we stand by the rules-based order, we stand against other nations invading and breaching the sovereign rights of a neighbouring country, and we stand for peace, stability and order and human decency, human rights. And some of these atrocities, the evidence that's clearly on your screens now, which I've been aware of for the last fortnight from my sources that inform me, these are blatant acts of... there's no doubting that at all. Hey, I'm just going to have to cut you short there. That is former Defence Minister Ron Mark. Thanks so much for your time tonight. Thank you.